Good morning. Is this working? We didn't test it beforehand, so I guess Angela's abandoned me. I'm not sure.
No, I'm sorry. I had to turn myself on. Sorry.
Good morning and welcome, and we're so pleased to be here. And as Carrie said, it's going to be a full day, so hopefully we can keep this moving, keep you energized, keep you interested. Just by way of introduction, so you know who Angela and I are, and that we have some experience in Medicaid managed care billing. I've been involved in the Medicaid program, either on the provider side or the payer side, for over 20 years. I was with Presence Health for, about 15 years, and finished there as Chief External Affairs Officer. And so I had responsibility for all the Medicaid regulatory, legislative, advocacy work, and Presence Health was the largest Medicaid provider in the state. I ultimately left there to go work for a Medicaid MCO. So after 15 years of fighting tooth and nail to keep managed care out of the Medicaid program, I went over to a Medicaid MCO. All my provider friends said, "Oh my God, you're going to the dark side." And what I came to realize is I actually saw the light, and I really am a firm believer that the Medicaid managed care program is actually better for those that we serve and the communities that we serve, for a whole host of reasons that we'll talk about in a little bit. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Angela to give her little quick bio as well.
Good morning, and we're not as old as our bios say that we are, so just remember that. I also have a mix of provider and payer experience. Was over 20 years at a Medicaid provider. My last role there was Vice President of Medicaid Strategy, so talk about a sexy job. No one wanted that job. And I, like Lindsay, also left the provider side because my belief is that the success is achieved through our most vulnerable, between a partnership with payers and providers. And I had pretty much done what I could do on the provider side, moving that organization along as far as they could go, as far as we set up an actual ACE. So my role was to set up an accountable care entity to, again, move that providers into a different direction. And as I came over to the, we call ourselves recovering managed care executives, we also had the opportunity to really partner. Provider services was one of the responsibilities that I had. So again, partnering with our providers on the managed care side to move things forward and create that collaboration and that innovation, which is really what our members and clients really need in this area. So we also have the privilege and opportunity. We've been working over the last year with Illinois Association of Medicaid Health Plans, HFS, as well as the MCOs to create a billing manual. So that is super fun. And anyway, you'll hear us reference that a lot, but again, that was definitely a need from the provider community. Working with numerous MCOs, they needed a Bible, they needed a place to go, one-stop shopping. So Lindsay and I had the opportunity to collaborate with all of those organizations to come together and make some decisions and some standardization around some of the billing practices. So you'll hear us reference that, and that's still an ongoing project, and we'll be happy to share those tools and resources with you today as well.
And one of the things that I realized, we didn't even talk about Sage Health Strategy. So Sage Health Strategy is a very small, women-owned consulting firm here in the city of Chicago. And a lot of what we do, and the reason that I joined Sage, is having been on the provider side and the MCO side, and realizing that the two parties sometimes have a really hard time talking to each other and understanding each other's business. And having worked in the community and working in the corporate MCO world, I think there was a real opportunity to do some work to bring those folks together. So a lot of the work we do, we have Medicaid health plans as clients, helping them understand how members and providers actually work in the community and how to engage those folks in a productive way. And we also work with providers who are kind of struggling with, well, I don't know how this Medicaid MCO stuff works. And so we kind of help translate that as well. So that's our little Sage commercial.
There you go. All right, so let's talk about the day. As Carrie mentioned, we have a jam-packed day for you. Fun and exciting information on managed care billing. But we kind of broke the day up into some sections, and we really established this agenda by talking with many of the ICOI members. We had some interviews with them. We also took our experiences from being both on the payer and the provider side, as well as some of the obstacles and hurdles that we've uncovered as we put together the billing manual over the last year. So the agenda is really broken up into 3 sections. The first, your morning, will be around just kind of laying the foundation, understanding managed care, why it's here, how it can work for you. Then in the afternoon, we're going to get real into the nitty gritty. So that is going to be get your coffee for that, because that's details on how to actually bill and some really important facts that you're going to want to know and bring back to your organization. And then we're going to cap out the day with hearing from some provider partners who have been successful and some Q&A. So really have that opportunity to dialogue with providers or agencies who have been on this journey and kind of what their lessons learned are. We start each section with some key questions that we're hoping to answer, and then we'll conclude with those same key questions and make sure we're all on the same page and we're understanding the material that was presented. And we could definitely want you to ask us questions throughout the day as well, because we know that everyone's in a different place, and we hope we can just help you all understand where you're headed if you have not been billing Medicaid, and if you have, what some of those barriers are that we can help you resolve. All right. Friends?
Sorry. Nope, I did this the wrong way.
There we go.
Whoops. Nope, I did it the right way last time. Okay. Helps if you hold it the right way. Okay, one of the things that we want to caveat at the beginning is when we're talking about Medicaid managed care billing, we are really only focusing on the Health Choice Illinois program, so straight Medicaid. We're not talking about the dual population, the MMAI population. We're really just focused on Health Choice. These are the 6 Health Choice plans that operate in the program. County Care and Next Level, of course, are only in the Cook County region. The other 4 are statewide. And as we know, there's been, just to create more confusion, there's been a lot of shuffling around of these plans. So we know that Next Level has been acquired by Molina Healthcare. So I would say over the course of the next 8 to 10 months, you're slowly going to see Next Level go away. But for now, they are operating as they always have. There's not been any integration. So as we go through the billing guide and talk about the billing, anything you see related to Next Level is still true and up to date. And we'll just have to wait and see once we get some communication from either Next Level or Molina when that shifts over. But for now, Next Level is still operating as Next Level. Then, of course, we have Centene acquired Meridian. Centene, based out of St. Louis, actually it is the largest Medicaid managed care provider. So they have acquired Meridian. As part of that deal, they sold Illini Care to Aetna CVS. So Illini Care, again, is going to stay as Illini Care. So anything you see related to Illini Care, their processes, their portals, everything is going to stay the same for now. They're going to keep the name Illini Care for now. But just so you know, in the background, Aetna CVS is there. And over the course of time, we may see them change names and get more subsumed under Aetna. But for now, just proceed as if they're still Illini Care like they always were. The one thing to remember is originally, and I know there's a lot of child welfare providers in the room, the foster care kids, the youth care program, which was going to be run by Illini Care, actually went to Meridian. Centene has expertise in foster care managed care. So just remember that the youth care program is now with Meridian. Clear as mud, I know, but just we wanted to make sure everybody kind of had some sense of where we were going with that. All right, Angela, you're up.
All right, so throughout the presentation today, we created this little icon. Our goal is really to set you up for success. We want you to be successful in this day, useful for you. So we put this little icon because sometimes you can get lost in all the details. This little icon is on certain slides where it's our recommendation that you take this material back and have additional conversation at your agency or your provider group, and just make sure you talk through what that slide might be saying. So it might involve some decision making, some setup changes or some setup discussion, some process changes, whatever it might be. But this is just our little icon, so as you look through the presentation or you go back and shaking your head like, what was that day all about? You know, at least focus on these slides with this funny little icon on it, and that will help, again, set you up for success. So we're really excited to be here, and we hope you can take a lot out from today's day together.